Aqua gang, what it do, you guys? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message for my beautiful Aquarian soul family. I hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. Holy angels and spirit guides, please give us exactly what it is that we need to know in regards to Aqua gang, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please keep in mind that the messages in this reading are general, you guys, okay? Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't force anything to fit. If you happen to be a cross watcher dealing with an Aquarian, you're also welcome here. Just place yourself where you belong in the storylines. Also, don't force anything to fit as well, okay? If we could take a moment, you guys, before we get started, before we get into this, please take a moment and click that like button, as well as the subscribe button. If you have not already done so, we would love to have you join the family. Okay, we're a gang over here. We would love to have you. And shoot me a little comment down below, you guys. A little hey girl, hey. Let me know what's going on. Don't be rude, say it back. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. Whomever this person is, I feel as if they are battling with some form of entitlement to this relationship. This is somebody who is battling with two different sides of themselves, okay? I do see this person being heavily interested in moving forward with you. I see a lot of big cards out here that suggest this is somebody who is not ready to let go. This is somebody who feels extremely passionate, very intense about the relationship, about you, about the two of you, about where things are going. I feel like on one hand, this person will give you your props. They will let you know how you make them feel or how you have bettered, changed their life for the better. But then there's also this hating ass behavior on the other opposite end. Okay, so you may trigger something within this person to where they feel like they want you to know that they feel good about this, or that they feel good about you, or that they like you, that they want you, that they are attracted to you, but not too much on that, right? Sort of like this energy where they don't want you to get too big headed. They don't want you to feel too good about things. They want you to feel good about it, but not so good to where you feel like you can move forward, right? Like you feel like you can potentially do better, or you feel as if maybe I'm out of this person's league. They don't want you getting any ideas like that. So I get this person battling with themselves internally. I feel like this internal battle is something that has been going on for the duration of this connection. And it's something that you may have noticed slightly, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. So let's go over the first set of energies that are showing up in terms of the conflict positioning. We have the 8 of Wands. So I feel as if things have either taken off rather quickly in this relationship, or things got quite heavy rather early. Okay, swift. I feel like things got rather deep. It either happened very fast in general, or just fast for you, because I am hearing that the majority of you are like, crock pots. That's what I'm hearing, right? That's very Aquarian. You normally take your time. You normally are a slow cooker, right? Like you like things to kind of marinate, if you will. That's how you can really see the true character of someone, is time. And it takes you a while to get warmed up to a person, but I get that things were pretty fiery, pretty heavy on, very early on in this relationship. I get you being all in. This is this person's words, not mine. Or so they were either thinking that you were all in, and now they feel like you're either backing away, or you're having a different idea other than what you had initially. We then have the 7 of Swords, as well as the King of Swords. So it's going from fire to swords. It's going from emotions, that passion, that that drive towards this person or towards the relationship. I'm getting like, speaking every day, being heavily engaged, talking to one another, falling asleep on the phone, lots of texting throughout the day, really building that bond to things getting very icy cold. That is what this suggests to me, hot to cold. They're saying the coldness is coming from your end. There's something deceptive, or there's something that this person has done to make you feel as if you need to watch your back. You need to be guarded. You need to be a little bit more head over heart, a little bit more intellectual about things. Something has either happened, or it's like a gut feeling for some of you They could have done something specifically, okay? Because Seven of Swords signifies like deceits or lies. Perhaps you feel like there's this one thing that this person may have lied about, and they view it as little, right? Because I heard it's just this one thing. So you may have caught this person up in a lie or some kind of deceptive behavior. And that in turn has made it feel like this was built on a lie. Like, I don't even know who you are, right? Like, I need to get to know you better. I should have gotten to know you a little bit better. I should not have, you know, went balls to the wall with this shit without seeing you for who you truly are, or just by believing what you were saying. This person could have also flipped. Okay, so I'm hearing those two different storylines. It could have been very hot and heavy, on. Okay, green lights, all a go. And then something has happened to create this break, or to create this barrier, a wall. Now, for those of you who have experienced this shift in energy from this person, I do get whatever this intimidation is what's having them want to, you know, take a step back and understand themselves more. They may feel influenced by just your way of life, who you are. They do view you as someone who they can be in a successful relationship with, but there are also some things about you that make them hate themselves, right? Like, make them hate parts and portions of who they are, what they've become, what habits they have, just the way that they have done life in general could all be in question. So I would love to know down in the comments which storyline you sort of are resonating with. This is either a blatant lie, or this is the idea that perhaps we move so fast that I don't even know who you are, and I don't even know if I can trust you. So there's something that has occurred that has created this distrusting spirit within you, this energy bubbling up within you. It could also be your person, so just take it how it resonates. At the center of the reading, we have this person's purest feelings for you. So they still are feeling very much so connected to you. They still feel like there is worth and value in this relationship. We have the Ten of Pentacles along with the King of Wands. So I see this person really wanting to build roots with you, grow roots with you, but there has been some kind of break in the trust. So that's going to be quite difficult for them to do. I almost get this person being annoyed with you questioning this distrustful energy or action. They feel untrustworthy. Either you caught them in a lie. It's something that they feel is small, but it's something that is not, it's something that you're not willing to look over. These are their words, not mine. So they may almost be a little bit pissed off that you're not willing to just let this go. I feel for two reasons, okay? Number one, of course, they still want you, right? Like, they still want this. They want you to want them as well. For some of you, they want you to want them more because of how valuable they see you. They need that. They need to feel as if you love them more, you are into them more, you want them more, you will be after them more than they will be after you, because that feeds whatever void it is that they're not willing to look at. The second reason is, like I said, there's some kind of intimidation. It's sort of like this person is willing to speak your value in front of everybody here, okay? As a collective, they are admitting, right, your value. The most valuable, bitch, okay? The most valuable player. The most valuable. However, it's a catch-22 for them, right? I get outside of you, this person is impressive. They feel like people have been impressed with them. We have the King of Wands, right? So that could be like a playboy or a playgirl, someone who gets a lot of attention, someone who is the leader, someone who is very intense and magnetic. So people are naturally attracted to them. I don't even get that they feel that they've met the male or female version of themselves in you. I get that they see you a cut above everybody else as well as themselves. So the second reason why it would piss them off is because of that intimidation. There's this sense of competition. There's this sense of obsession about, you know, who's higher on the hierarchy scale in this relationship, right? Who's the most valuable? Even though they're saying it right out their mouth that you are the most valuable, they don't want to, they want to feel like they can at least be on the same team as you, on level playing ground. And I don't get that you ever made this person feel lesser than. I don't get that you ever talked down to them or made them feel inadequate. That is something that they are dealing with internally. That's their own shit. And it would piss them off if this little thing, okay, even if it's big to you, this little thing you are unwilling to let go of, for them signifies something that they have already been telling themselves, right? Which is, he's too good for me, right? She's too good for me. So their initial goal here, right? We see how they actually feel, but the goals don't match the feelings, right? The actions in this connection don't match how they actually feel about you. And it is because of that conflict. It's because of that battle. It's like they're battling themselves and they're projecting that battle onto you in the relationship, okay? Lots of chaos, lots of drama. This person may definitely have a lot of drama surrounding them in their life. And I feel like that is not lost upon us in this actual situationship. So for a lot of you, it never even got off the ground towards being anything exclusive, even though for some of you it could have, right? I feel like this person is having an issue because they're looking so heavily at you. Every little thing that you do, right? So it's not just about like what you've accomplished and the tangible things that you have in life, the materialistic things. This is also about like your character. This is about how you speak. You may be very articulate. You may be able to really articulate yourself very well. You may be extremely knowledgeable. You may also be able to advocate for yourself. You may be strong-willed. You may also be very inspired. You take inspired action. There's also this idea that you are wise, right? Wise beyond your years. So this person may be the type of individual when you're telling them something, right? You might see a missed opportunity, or you might see an opportunity that they can take in the future. You might see the pieces of the puzzle to which they can get to where they want to go, because I get that they complain a lot. When you speak to this person, right? Just trying to be there as a supportive partner. Instead of them hearing you trying to help them, they hear you trying to criticize them. They hear competitiveness, okay? They hear you telling them how you would have done it better, or they hear you telling them, you know, how you are better when you're just trying to help them. So there's a severe case of miscommunication here. And I also get that it has a lot to do with something that has happened in the past. This is something that this person is holding on to. So it could be something stemming from their family, okay? With the 10 of Cups here, a disconnected family or a non-supportive family unit. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't grow up with both parents. They could have grown up with both parents, but they could have grown up with very critical parents, right? Parents who were never impressed, right? It didn't matter. Even if they got all A's in school, that still is just like the bare minimum, right? Even if they went and got that job or got a promotion they never got praised or accolades. They never, have been told good job, right? Is that your job to do for this person? No, it is their job to address it, but I get that they just kind of suppressed it instead. And so this is why they are so obsessed when someone is trying to correct them, even if you're not telling them what they should do with their own life and you're telling them the ways in which they have missed an opportunity with you, or the ways in which they have made you feel, the ways in which that they need to handle you, right? Because I definitely heard strong-willed, but someone who knows how to articulate themselves very well, and someone who knows how to advocate for themselves. So when you know how to advocate for yourself, that means if somebody is not loving you correctly, you are going to put them on a correction course, bitch, right? Like, we're not gonna waste time. No, there is no time to be wasted, right? If that's the case, then I'm just gonna move the fuck on. I'm very emotionally intelligent and emotionally wise, right? Emotional wisdom is in this 10 of Cups. You're not trying to waste your time and pussyfoot around with people, wait for somebody to catch on eventually, right? You're going to be a straight shooter, pow, pow. There's no time for somebody to sit around and hope that they can read your mind correctly. No. And that's normally helpful. That's actually really helpful, right? Because when you're in a partnership, it's important for you to express to the other person in the partnership how they can be a better partner, right? Like how they can better suit your needs, and vice versa. It's not like you're not open to criticism, but this person is completely closed off to criticism. So the second you tell them that you didn't like the way that they did that, or you want them to talk to you differently, or you want them to keep their word, right? Like if you say that you're going to call me at a certain time, I expect that, or I expect you to tell me why you weren't able to follow through, right? Like, yeah, if you're not able to make it, I don't expect you to just not appear at all and then show up hours later and then no, you need to tell me in advance, right? You need to respect my time. You need to respect my money, bitch. You need to respect me. You need to respect my energy. You need to respect my family, right? Respect. So this person may almost feel overwhelmed, right? When you're just trying to help build the foundation of this relationship properly. And in order to do that, you do have to allow someone to get to know you, right? They need to be knowledgeable about your love language, about who you are, about what it is that you want, what it is you desire, so that both parties can decide whether or not that's something that you are able to do. Right? Whether or not that is something that you are able to accomplish, whether or not you are aligned or equally yoked, it's important. But this person doesn't view it as being helpful, okay? They view it as, just like my mama, you don't think I'm shit, right? Just like my ain't shit Dee Dee, you telling me that I'm not shit, right? Like you're telling me that I'm not it, right? So if that's the case, then why are you still here, or why are you here at all? There was some kind of trigger that has occurred, which would have led to this deceptive energy. Now, for all of you, this deceptive energy wasn't something that has burnt the bridge, but it most certainly planted a seed of distrust. Okay. I even see for some of you, because of this, keep in mind, my tarot is fluid, right? So this could be something currently unraveling, or it has unraveled in the near past, or this is something that is getting ready to unravel here in the near future. Okay. I see a bit of a separation here. I see this person failing epically at seeing that, oh, it's not Aquarius, it's me. Okay. I tried to replace you, but it was a fail. So whatever you're telling this person, the trigger is going to lead to some form of, I do see a little bit of disrespect here. I have to be honest, right? I see this person wanting to hit you below the belt because they feel hit, even though that wasn't your intention. I see them going that route. And I also see them trying to quickly move on, rebound, okay? That could be where this deceptive energy is coming in, because I don't get them being honest with the person that they try to move on with. Yep, look, house is in the reverse. They're not stable. They are not over you. They're not over this relationship. They're coming with all of the baggage, but they're pretending as if they are ready to move on. Okay, I do get some disparaging energy because they are recognizing that, oh, I'm the reason why this shit is falling apart. It could have all been so simple. Right? He was just trying to help me. She was just trying to help me. And because of my mommy wounds or my daddy wounds, I've landed myself in this disparaging energy. I almost see them wasting time. They may start to serial date, okay? Trying to replace this relationship. I don't get them trying to replace you, like getting someone just like you sort of energy. I get them trying to replace the energy, meaning once this we need to take a break or separation happens, right? Because it will happen. It's inevitable. I get them wanting to fill in the gap, fill in that void. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to spend time alone. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to think about you. They don't want to think about this mess. So they rather just get up under somebody else, get on top of someone else, hoping that that will help, but it only makes things worse. So they are being forced to confront this issue head on. They will no longer be able to avoid this. It's going to become quite obsessive. Okay, I don't get that. Spirit is letting up, like, at all. There are very intrusive thoughts happening. One of the craziest thoughts is their lack of ability to see the changes that they need to make have led them to sacrifice one of the happiest connections that they've had, right? The most contentment that they have felt thus far. They should have just took the risk, or they should have just addressed this head on instead of blaming you. Shift blaming is what I'm hearing. This person may be experiencing a bit of a depressive episode. I get them calling out of work a lot. Okay. There is a deep wound of rejection and failure, but the wound did not come from you. Okay. I get at the onset of this separation, they no doubt still place a great deal of value on you as a person. But they're not able to see things clearly, okay? Because there's a lack of balance. They're not able to ground themselves. So instead of viewing this correctly initially, I get them running from the changes, right? Like I said, running into somebody else's bed, running into someone else's arms, wanting to quickly feel like they're okay. I can just replace this. I could just move on, right? I didn't need that relationship anyway. It was too challenging anyway, right? Like this, it was a headache anyway. It was too much burden anyway. Right? It's not that you were a difficult person. It's that you put a spotlight, just being yourself, for yourself, put a spotlight on this person's deepest, darkest wounds, fears, shadows. So they quickly want to move on. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. Unfortunately, bringing other people into the mist and lying to them, ma'am, sir, brusses. Yeah, now I'm talking to your person. Because we have the Seven of Swords here. So I get them trying to start dating, and I get them wanting to move fast. Eight of Wands. So that could definitely be the energy that I was hearing earlier. Because some of you could be like, yeah, nah, I'm an Aquarius through and through, bitch. I did not move fast with him. I did not. Promise. Scouts honor, bitch. I did not move fast. Got it. Then they are addressing the current conflict. They needed to take me through the entire storyline, right? This disparaging energy is a direct result and effect of them trying to quickly move on. And in doing so, they have been meeting people who are innocent, that have nothing to do with what has occurred between the two of you and how shitty they feel about themselves. Because of the challenges that they were faced with in this connection, one of the biggest challenges being change, right? They have refused the refusal of change, the refusal of evolution, the refusal of growth, therefore forfeiting their opportunity with who they consider to be their 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. So is it really that deep, ma'am, sir, brusses? You would rather release the most happiest you have been. Look at that, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. So they definitely see you as like long-term commitment, marriage material, their husband, their wife, somebody that they can really do life with, but they just don't want, they want you, but they just don't want to do that one little thing. That one little thing. No can do. Can't do it. And a part of me believes because, in every connection prior to you, nobody has actually held this person's feet to the fire about these changes, okay? These changes could be anything, right? It's going to be very specific to all of you. What has occurred and what has led you to release yourself from this, walk away from this, you know, just put a pause, put a pin in it. I'm hearing like stick a pin in it. So for some of you, you have walked. And for others of you, you have just decided not to deal with it right now. They're viewing you as the one leading this pack. You're leading this relationship. King of Swords, somebody who's very authoritarian. They feel like you're mean. They feel like you are being excessive. You're being the most. You're extreme right now. You don't need to break up a happy home over this one little thing, is what they're calling it, a little thing. And what they've done is, instead of addressing the shadows and listening to the real, I get you were being so real with this person, okay? It hurt their feelings, but it's the truth, right? It's the honest to God truth. And it's a truth that they needed. It's a truth that would literally help them. Doesn't mean it will be easy, right? No, it doesn't. So they feel like you're the one who brought the drama into the relationship. You needed to just get over this. You have broken up a happy home. You're being, you're ruling with an iron fist, King of Swords. It's very much so head over heart. So it doesn't matter how much love you have for this person. This is a hard boundary, and it will be a deal breaker for you, right? It is a deal breaker. They're not used to that. They are the king or queen of wands. Gender doesn't matter, right? People get down for them, okay? They either get down or lay down. Even if they identify as the feminine energy, they still come off as an alpha female. There's alpha energy here. Alpha female, alpha male energy. So they are normally the ones to dictate the speed, the route the connections take, how soon things take place. And they also get to choose what they will bring, what they're willing to do. You're asking for something that they have never been asked to do, and they're unwilling to do it. And now they're seeing the cost, right, of not being willing to do this. It's backfiring heavily because it's not like you were doing this to hurt them. You weren't. You were being very honest with this person. I feel like you gave them a very honest Yelp review on them and their life and what they need to do in order to fix this shit. And the older they are, the worse this is, because they've gone all this time without having these wounds addressed. And you calling them out is triggering the mommy wound. It's triggering the daddy wound, right? It's sort of like they don't even see your face anymore. They see their mom, they see their dad, once again, telling them that they're not good enough. Damn. So, because that wound is too painful for them to look at head on initially, because I do see it changing, right? I see it has to change, because the solution they feel like they have, which is to hop on a new dick, okay, which is to hop up in some new boom boom, the solution they feel they have is no good. Okay, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And it may almost be opening up another karmic door for you, ma'am, sir, bruh, sis. If you have not done this yet, I don't suggest you do it, because I feel like whomever they're meeting, these are not people who are bottom of the barrel gutter ass bitches. Okay, these are not, bums and bumettes. They have a standard, right? They have a type. You being the top. You be top of the list, right? But since you're not wanting to cooperate with them, that's their words, not me. They're not going to pick low-hanging fruit. Here's the thing. Anybody on your caliber, right? Anybody on your level, anybody on your hierarchy, which is where this person likes to date, nobody is going for this shit. Nobody would go for it. Nobody would go for this. Everybody will have the same response and action, so they have to lie. They have to lie about who they are in order to pull these people, which is just like opening up another karmic cycle, because now you are inviting in innocent people. I don't suggest it. I do not suggest that. I've studied your triggers, but you haven't. So they feel like you're doing this on purpose. I feel like this person's requests, some of their requests are unreasonable, because what I just heard once that, so when the I've studied your triggers popped out, what I heard is somebody specifically who is like, you can ask me for anything except this. Whatever this is, you guys, tell me in the comments. It's something about them that has to change. It's something about them that needs to change. Okay, there's all kinds of baggage and shit on this carriage. Like they're like, okay, fine, I'll change, but I'm bringing all the old shit that I used to do with me. You're like, oh hell no, bitch, no. If that's the kind of change that you're trying to make, you're gonna be on that motherfucking carriage by yourself. And they're like, bet. You think I'm gonna be by myself? You think I'm gonna be by myself? Bet. Let me show you how I really do, because I've been going easy on you, right? Like they feel like they pull bitches, right? Like they pull the baddest bitches. They pull the baddest dudes. They don't need you. It's fine. If you can't get down with this, then cool. I'm out. So yeah, I hear like unreasonable requests. So they may have definitely spoken with you or hinted at, right? Things that upset them, things that set them off, things that will send them over the edge. And you bringing this up to them is like, oh, you studied me, right? Like you're doing this on purpose. You're doing the most. This is not necessary. This is actually unnecessary. Yeah. So that really sums up this karmic path that they are taking. And it's really unfortunate because the changes that were required did not need to involve other people, and they could have gotten over this hump rather quickly. But now, not only have they gotten themselves in such a crazy mental imprisonment, didn't I see imprisonment? I feel like I saw imprisonment. A crazy mental imprisonment because they lost you, right? Or there's an illusion. Because for some of you, you're not fully out the door. You're just not dealing with this shit right now. You have other things that you're focused on. I'm hearing like school. I'm hearing like you're trying to get a promotion. You're trying to like level up. You're focused on your coin, your money. This person is taking a lot of time and energy away from things that you are trying to accomplish. 10 of Pentacles, things that will provide for you your legacy and like your ultimate happiness, right? And they want to bicker and, you know, go back and forth over some petty ass shit. It's like you're washing your hands of it right now. And what they're doing is they've created that mental imprisonment because what you need to do, ma'am, sir, breast, is the little thing, not Aquarius. Okay. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but I'm saying the path that you're taking is going to be a lot more destructive. It's going to be a lot more difficult because now you're going against the current. And this disparaging energy does look like the end result of that. You feel like Aquarius is tapping on your triggers when you're leading yourself down a path where you will be swimming in your own triggers, bitch, a whole ocean of them. Searching for attention, searching for somebody who will tell them they're good enough, searching for someone who will just take them as they are, searching for someone who won't want them to change, searching for someone who will make them feel comfortable, right? Who will make them feel comfortable just the way that they are. Nobody is perfect. And I don't even get that you said that you were perfect, right? It's sort of like when you would bring up stuff to this person because you are vocal about it, and that could be something that you have worked on. You may not have always been that way, but now that you are that way, the two of you would have met at the perfect time because this person is not that way. You definitely will be teaching them that, right? Your behavior is going to be showing them that's how you do it. But I get this person looking at you like, well, when you're asking them to do a certain thing, well, what about you? You know, what about what you do? Or what about what you don't do? Or what about how you do it? And it's just like, listen, if you take issue with me, right? Or the way that I'm doing things, that's fine. Can you bring it up on your own time, bitch? Because that's not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we're talking about you. So it closes them off to receiving, even if the message that you're giving them is going to help them get to the next level. Okay, they may feel like they're moving to the next level by seeking out attention from any and everywhere. But what they're actually doing is stagnating themselves. And for a great majority of you, this person is falling backward. Damn. Okay, let's hop over to the extended. I definitely want to see where their mind is at. Okay, this feels as if it's currently unraveling, right? We will see where this person's mind will be at by the time that they are deciding to come back around. That's going to let you know if they have addressed these triggers head on, if they've gotten themselves some help, and if they have actually changed, right? Have they gone ahead and done it on their own merit? Okay, because we want to make sure they're making these changes not for you, but for themselves. There's no guarantee that even if they did, that some of you will still want to deal with this individual, right? So that's going to be important. And I also would like to know what shadows needed to be addressed for yourself. And this will be the reason why you needed to show up in this person's life, or vice versa, why the two of you were fated to meet. Let's see what your shadows were, okay? Because the Devil card is there. We see this person's shadows. Let's see what yours are, and that will let you know if those have been addressed just yet. And if they haven't, then address them as quickly as possible so that you can move on to your next cycle, right? This is about forward movement, okay? Getting unstuck from the past So we will also take a look at this person's karma. We have to. Okay, I see them going down a karmic path. I especially want to know if the karma has already met them at their door by the time they try to come back towards you. Like, what ways could that affect you? And what ways could that, rub off on you? That's really why I want to know. And I would like to know some details in terms of what that karma looks like exactly, especially because they're going to F with other people's energy, innocent people's energy, all for the sake of this attention wound, okay, that they are struggling with. We will also take a look at their next steps, specific next steps, as well as their intentions. And that's just so that you can be fully prepared for this approach. We'll see what kind of offer they're coming in with. What are they willing to do to try and fix this? And is it worth your time? Okay. See if it's worth it. We will look at the outcome of this. If you decide to re-engage, what would you be setting yourself up for, good or bad? I will look at both. And then we're going to get into new, because for some of you, it is next. Thank you. Next. Okay, so let's see what is over in that next cycle. Only the good things, only the new things. I see money here at the center of the reading, so I definitely want to look into your finances to see what that is bringing forth for you, especially for those of you who are like, that's all I'm focused on right now. But we will also look into the new love interest, who they are, okay, how they will be coming around, how will you potentially meet this person, what their personality is like, what you will find attractive about them, and vice versa, what they will find attractive about you, what the chemistry is like. We'll also see if there are any red flags or deal breakers, so you can make an informed decision about whether or not this is something that you want to focus on, or just focus on your motherfucking money, because that's totally a thing. And then we will see what the potential outcome is. Does it have the ability to go all the way? Does it have the chance to be something that is that has longevity? Okay, and then we'll get your advice. Okay, we'll see how spirit suggests you move in this next cycle to bring about the manifestations of your heart's desires in the least amount of time, how to speed up momentum towards those. And then I'm going to throw back in our good old trusty Ask the Universe reading. I'll use this deck and I'll give you the floor to ask a couple of questions, but I have more instructions for that over in the extended. Okay, so without further ado, click that like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. I'm going to see y'all over there. Let's